Hello and welcome. Today's project is all about the two mindsets that you need to know in order to overcome the anxiety and chaos that you're currently in and to live the proper life, and to journey onto the proper path in life. And I'm talking about the set mindset and the developing mindset. The set mindset is more of a conservative mindset where you build up your walls around you. Any new change in your life is too overwhelming, so you stay in what's familiar. And then this developing mindset is more of a liberal mindset. You want to break down those walls. You want to incorporate new information into your life. You want to engage in new habits. You want to engage in new books, and you want to travel to new places. You understand that new experiences are necessary for a developing mind and personality. And so the proper path in life is the mediation between the two, between order and chaos. And you see that with the yin and yang symbol. You see the white and the black, but then if you look closely, you see, well, in the white, in order, there's a black dot, and then in the black, there's a white dot. And then you're like, what's that about? What that means is you want to have one foot in order and one foot in chaos. You want to have a routine, you want to have a structure, you want to have a discipline, but also you want to incorporate new information because that's what's going to develop you and your personality, right? So in the unknown, in what's outside of your known territory, is where you gather new information. Now, when an anxiety sufferer first learns that they have anxiety, that, okay, this isn't a serious disease, that the reason why I'm so sensitive is because I'm anxious, maybe I have to re-look and examine my past, it's daunting to them. But also that label of, oh, I have anxiety, is a relief to them, but also causes anxiety because now they have to learn, okay, now what is anxiety? They have to start from grade 1 of anxiety recovery and to learn about anxiety and to come into contact with what they've been doing already that has been causing anxiety, or they have to revisit their past because there's been a lot of trauma or experiences, negative experiences from your childhood and my childhood that, well, you have to re-examine and attach safety around those experiences, right? So now a new door opens up to all of this potential learning that is daunting, because when you start to drive for the first time, it's uneasy because you're going to be bad at it, but, well, you have to continue to go down that road. You have to continue to drive in order for you to be more comfortable and to be more aware of, and more, I'm not saying not more aware, but more confident, because you have to conquer that area of what you don't know, right? You have to conquer that area. So being aware of what was hidden within your unconscious mind is a huge step, well, in recovery, because you have to come into contact with all your inadequacies, all of the things that you've been doing badly. Well, you don't know that you've been doing badly, but now that you're going through recovery, being aware of these habits that you knew to be wrong, but you didn't want to confront that realization that they were wrong. So it's like, oh yeah, I was this negative friend. He is negative because I am now learning what negative relationships do to me. I'm also learning that what sugar does to me and what bad sleep patterns do to me, or my job, what that's doing to me, or I'm sleeping in regularly, I'm playing too much video games, or I'm doing this too much, or watching too much pornography, or I'm drinking too much alcohol, I'm smoking too much weed. They're coming into contact with these inadequacies is not easy, because now you're saying to yourself, wow, I've been doing things wrong for so long. And so being aware of that is not easy. And your anxiety response activates when you come into contact with that realization is because, well, now you're aware that you have to walk down this new path and to learn a new way of being, right? That your past wasn't what you thought it was, and that right now that I'm not getting what I want in my life. I'm not manifesting what I want. And now I have to walk down this new path. And because it's novelty, because it's new, your anxiety response activates, right? When you're in a place where you don't know where you are, well, it activates anxiety, right? You're in the woods, all of a sudden, you're lost. Well, what happens? Your anxiety response kicks in. You're in a place that you thought you knew where you were, but now you don't. Now you have to solve the problem. You have to solve the problem. So many people, they want to remain in their unconscious box that they're in. They want to remain there because, well, for reasons like they never got out of that childhood phase, that they're still living on Pleasure Island, they're still Peter Pan. They want to remain impulsive and engage in these impulsive habits that keep them in this childhood-like stage, right? They're a 20-year-old, 30-year-old. They also have past traumas that they repress and they don't want to confront, right? Beliefs that stem from their childhood, maybe from their parents, that, well, confronting those beliefs is not easy. Like I said, confronting things that define your personality, that make up your identity, your ego, it's not easy. But also people don't want to change and break out of their unconscious box because, well, being in pain, being in this state that they're in, it's what's familiar to them, right? And anything new, it's too much. And so the developing mindset, what's so important about the developing mindset is that you then start to look at failure as an opportunity. And you see this in the movie Groundhog Day. Phil, the main character, played by Bill Murray, he is reliving the same day over and over and over again. And he takes Rita, his coworker, out because he starts to gain some interest in her. He wants to sleep with her. He doesn't have intentions of a meaningful relationship. He's still on Pleasure Island in Peter Pan phase. And he takes her out, but he's getting negative feedbacks from her. He's saying something that repulses her, that disgusts her. And so he's being more aware, okay, don't say that, Phil. Okay, he says that to himself. Okay, don't say that. So he takes her out again, and he avoids saying that thing, and he starts to adjust his language. He starts to respond to the feedback, right? So when you start to go through recovery, what happens is when you become more aware and conscious of what you're doing daily that's making you feel weak, that you know to be wrong and you can't seem to change, when you become more aware of that, what happens is that awareness helps you to adjust that feedback. So if you're saying things to people and you're not getting the feedback that you want, adjust it so that, well, you can try it again tomorrow. So for example, when I was working on my social anxiety, I remember going to Starbucks and I was aware, okay, Brad, I want to work on my social skills. I want to work on eye contact. I want to work on what I'm saying, and I want to make the other person, feel good. And I want to, well, that's pretty much it. But I would go there, I would stutter, and I would feel bad. I would not engage in eye contact, and I would get my drink and I would leave, and I would feel awful. I'd be like, oh my God, I failed. I stuttered. I probably looked weak. I could tell from them that they thought I was weak and shy, and I don't want to be that guy. And it's painful to come into contact with that aspect of yourself. But the fact that I said to myself, okay, Brad, I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to come back and try it again to the same barista, the same store. I want to try it again. Tomorrow's an opportunity for me to get it right, to get what I want to manifest correctly. And so I come back, I interact with her again, and I get it right. I engage in eye contact, I say things that are pleasant, I get my drink, and I leave. And I say to myself, I got it right today. So being aware of the failure helps you adjust your map accordingly. So, and that's what you see in Groundhog Day. Phil is aware, okay, don't say this, adjust this behavior. So when I adjust this, I'm getting the feedback I want. Okay, I'm going down the proper path. Things are working for me. So being aware, being conscious of that feedback is crucial for recovery. And it's part of the developing mindset, right? Understanding that failure is necessary, that it's an opportunity for the future you to succeed. I'll say that again. Failure, noticing that feedback, is an opportunity for you, for the future you to succeed. All right? It's really important. So constant adjustments to your personality, to your behaviors and actions. Like when you go driving a car, you have to constantly adjust to your behaviors on the road in order to get the feedback that you want. And that's where I'm going to leave you on today's video. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to check out my anxiety recovery program. I'll leave the link below. It's currently on sale. Go check that out. And lastly, do not let anxiety define who you are. I will see you on the next video, or it could be a podcast. Bye for now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell so that whenever a new video of mine appears, you will be one of the first to know. Namaste.